note that says you're being recorded.
Cool.
So thank you, Ryan. And for anybody who does end up watching this on the YouTube channel, this is my client, Ryan. He's on session, I think 3 right now.
Yes.
Right? Yes. We're doing chakras 7, 8, and 9 today. For those of you who may not know, 8 and 9 are advanced energy body work. Basically, Ryan is going to be an earth magician, and he's got access to some really cool things called the Dolphin Matrix that I didn't know existed until I looked it up.
It's pretty cool. I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what it's gonna do. Like I have some ideas,
right?
Like I've gotten some sneak peeks, so kind of interested to see what happens.
Yeah, tell me about some of the. You said something about being able to go to places that you've been to, and like touch crystals that you touched before.
Yeah, so like basically it's like when I go to a place or touch a crystal of that frequency, it's like it imprints in my brain. And then when I meditate, when I get into a certain spot, I found that I can like recall and go back to that same exact and like get into that frequency, and it's really cool.
That sounds pretty rad, actually. Sounds like rainbow magic, but in earth form.
Yeah, and I think I've been like over the past couple of weeks been really interested in learning more about like tuning forks frequency and like sound therapy, and I think that's something to do with it. So
that sounds really cool, man. All right. Anything else you've noticed in the like 6 chakras that we've done so far?
Definitely have to like make sure I'm grounded before I go outside now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially with the heart chakra upgrade, I'm like way more in tune with like what is going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Which of course can be overwhelming if you're not practicing your grounding. So that one's gonna be, I mean, I can't say I'm surprised for an earth magician that grounding is gonna be like the #1 like game, right?
Yep.
So, you know, I mean, and in some ways it's kind of one of those like sorry not sorry type deals. Like I knew that you were going to get a lot out of working with me, and I also knew that in order to support the heart and the third eye and the throat being as open as they are, you were going to need to practice a lot more grounding, and hopefully we'll be able to give you even. So with 8 and 9 today, this is activating the other 2/3 of your root chakra, basically. And so then I expect, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I expect you will have a sense and an awareness of grounding that most humans and even most magicians don't usually have. Because even the magicians forget to do it. I mean, I worked with Ayana for a bit on her gifts, and like, she's like, yeah, I need to spend more time with Mother Earth. I'm like, yeah, I know. We forget to do it because we get busy and we get sucked into technology and EMS and, you know, all that other shit. And it's like, all right, dude, just take your shoes off and put your feet in the grass already, damn it. You know, like really.
It's so simple, but then it's like, I gotta go outside, I gotta take my shoes off. But it's the intention behind it.
Well, and it's just because we've built so much, like, you know, rubber shoes and all these materials between us and the planet, and our bodies literally evolved to be in contact with earth energy. Part of the, you know, actual straight up energy of manifesting is the fact that you receive from cosmos, it hits your crown, it travels through your body, and it exits onto the planet. There is an electrical field in which, I mean, I hate to use this analogy because it brings up Matrix vibes, but there is an electrical field in which you are the battery, right? Like you actually are a piece of the circuit from cosmic earth energy landing on your head to, you know, grounded earth energy exiting out your feet. And if you don't do those things, you don't feel very well.
Right, you just feel like you're misfiring. Your circuits are,
Yeah, and of course we've built a society that forgets millions of years of human evolution in the name of indoor plumbing and technology. And don't get me wrong, indoor plumbing's great. I would rather not have cholera, thank you. But that being said, like even the rainbow magician, the universe taught me this the hard way one day. I woke up terrified and had no idea why. I think maybe I told you the story. Woke up completely terrified, had no idea why, like level 10 terrified. Finally was like, I don't know what this is. And every time I get there, I'm like, all right, I need to ask somebody that's upstream from me. And I have a couple people who can read for me. So I asked one of them and she said, I get a vision of you outside in the grass barefoot. When was the last time you went outside? I was like, I don't know, a month ago, weeks ago. And as soon as I got out in the sun and did the things, I heard loud and clear in my head from my universe, loud and clear, they were like, how do you think you make rainbows? Sunshine and water, right? And if you don't have sunshine, you can't make a rainbow. And it's like, okay, well, that's as obvious as it gets.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Anyway, I'm excited to see what happens today because I don't usually get to do the upper or lower extra chakras for most people. Only the magic ones get access to that, generally speaking. So,
Really excited.
surprise, Ryan! If you didn't know already, you're magic.
What? I'm starting to understand that, and that's where I think some of the terrifying things that I'm feeling are coming from. Like,
yeah, it's kind of a burden, but it's also sort of like the coolest thing on the planet because you know that we chose it because we knew we could handle it too, right? I mean, like, like we chose it because this was our idea of fun, as wacky as it is.
it's all right. I wouldn't have it any.
So you may have to shoot the cat, or I don't know. I suppose you could sit there, but
Amy, hello.
you probably want to get comfortable in whatever way you want to take the session. Pillows, blankets, all that good stuff. I see you brought some rocks, as always.
I did. I actually got the idea. They're like, it's gonna sound really funny, but you're gonna put this on your top of your head. So this is my rainbow quartz.
Awesome. Hey, we're starting with the crown, so you might as well do that. And I'll bet you $1 million, because they've taught me this part, that the rainbow quartz will amplify everything we do.
Yes. All right.
All right, Kat. I know you want to play. Let's see how this goes. Ryan, you know the drill by now. Close your eyes. And imagine that you and I are standing on our cloud. Solidly standing there, just as solid as we're standing on the ground. And in front of us is the rainbow compound. Got the high wall, made of rainbow light. Got a gate in the center. As I open the rainbow gate, you can see that there's a driveway that leads to some house in the distance. House can be anything you perceive. It can be the one you're in now. It could be a dream house. It could be a special place you go to do energy work. It could be a friend's house or a family member. Childhood home. Anything that you see is perfectly fine. And as you kind of peek down the rainbow driveway, you notice that it has a certain length. And since you've walked it before, you may remember that it's exactly 10 steps from one end to the other. And as I take your hand and we step off the cloud and start walking across the sky to the gate in the center of the wall, we notice, of course, that the sky itself that we walk across is just as solid as the ground. And we take our first step onto the rainbow driveway. And with our first step, we take a deep breath, all the way in and all the way out. And as we take our first deep breath, we rise a little higher up into the realms in which we play. Take our second breath on our second step. Notice that it's a perfect day outside. Notice that it's gorgeous. Notice that the sun is shining. The breeze is exactly the right temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. Take our third step and recognize that on both sides of the driveway, we have all sorts of colored trees and bushes that are producing fruit. We've got oranges, lemons, limes, blueberries, raspberries, basically every color of the rainbow of fruit growing on both sides of the driveway. Take our fourth step, deeper and deeper, higher and higher. Take our fifth, halfway there now, deeper and deeper, higher and higher. As we breathe in halfway there, this one you can feel fill all the way from your belly, all the way and run down your legs, down your feet, down your shins, down your knees, out your toes. Relax them, roll your ankle a little bit there. There we go. And take your sixth step. And as you take this breath, it'll go up. It'll travel in through your nose, in through your mouth, but instead of going down, it will go all the way up to the top of your head as well. And fill in your crown, fill in your third eye. You can kind of feel it. If you focus, you can kind of feel your breath, even in weird places like the back of your neck. Loosen your shoulders. There you go. Take our seventh step, 2/3 of the way and more there now. Deeper and deeper, higher and higher. Loosen the scalp. Loosen the forehead and the jaw. Take our eighth step. And then our ninth. And before you know it, this is step 10, and we are at the door. As I open the door and usher you inside with my hand on the small of your back, you notice, as you have before, that as soon as you walk through the entryway, there is a big open entrance to the living room on your left. As you walk in there, you notice, as you have before, that I have a giant wraparound rainbow couch in the living room. Big enough to do anything you want on, big enough to lay on, big enough to sit on, big enough to sprawl out on, big enough to take some pillows and make a nest or a cocoon, whatever shows up in your subconscious as how you want to interact with my rainbow space is perfectly okay. As you know, in front of you, there is one very large bay window and two openable windows on the side. As the white light of source and love and God and all the things that are good stream through the bay window and hit you, starting from the top of your head, starting from the crown, all the way down. Connect me at the crown, connect me at the third eye, connect me at the throat, connect me at the heart, connect me at the heart, open it, open mine and his a little wider. There we go. Connect me at the high heart. There. Connect me at the solar plexus. There. Connect me at the sacral. Got it. Connect me at the root. And then run the root all the way down to the feet for him. All right, Ryan, I think we're connected. How do you feel about that?
Great.
You good?
Nice and connected, yep.
All right, cool. So, welcome, universe. Thanks for playing with us today, as always. Please bring all the spirit team to the fore. Please bring Ryan's spirit team to the fore. Please bring anybody who wants to activate Ryan's gifts today, especially any Earth magicians I need, any wisdom from Gaia, any wisdom from the Norse pantheon, Odin, or any other gods I may not be familiar with. Anybody who is in Ryan's and all the highest good only. All protections are up. The house is safe. The energetic protections have been sealed. So everybody who comes through today will be for Ryan and Aubin Kayaskin only. And we will start, as we often do, with the grounding cord. So I want you to imagine you have a grounding cord coming out of your tail, right at the base of your root chakra that you're laying on, dropping all the way through the rainbow house in the sky, all the way back to earth, all the way to your physical body, all the way through the floor of your physical structure, all the way through the roots and the trees and the dirt, all the way to the molten center of the planet. But instead of just molten lava energy, it will be the spirit of Gaia. Gaia is your love and mistress and master today, as we do 2/3 of this work, because she does not grant access to these levels of chakras to just anyone. So you and Gaia are on great terms, which means that you can ask her things, you can ask her questions, you can ask her how to use this magic, you can ask her what it's for, you can ask her how to access it, all the things. And as you connect those root chakra cords, start with one, and we will get to the other 2 and 3 later. First, I have to activate your crown. Is the rainbow quartz in place?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So we're gonna move to the crown briefly, obviously, just to make sure that all 7 of the body chakras are upgraded and activated. So this one, I want you to also, this is part of being an advanced magician. You get to maintain 2 cords. So you've got the root cord going down. This one, I want you to imagine you have a cord going up. This is going up out of the top of your head, going out to Father Sky, out to Father Universe, out to, any of the masters you wish to communicate with, to the communication with your higher self, to the highest version of Ryan, the magician, the shaman, the earth wizard, to Odin, to any of the other Norse pantheon or other members of sort of earth ascended master history that you respect or want to communicate with. And just like you drain the root down into earth, we drain the crown up into the sky. So as stuff starts to kind of float out of your crown, all things that no longer serve you, such as confusion or brain fog or unclarity of any kind, just sort of allow that to happen. Give me an ETA on building his new crown chakra, you guys. Oh, big chakra. All right, 7 minutes it is. Not much of a surprise to have a 7-minute chakra work time on the 7th chakra. Har har. Odin says he has a message for you, so I'm just gonna channel and be quiet and let you interpret that as you will. He should be coming down to deliver it now. By the way, Arcturians or anyone on Aubyn's team, anything we can do to clear this COVID while I'm in this space would be fantastic. Four minutes to go on the crown. Okay. Odin says his message is complete. I'm going to continue, I suppose. What I'm seeing now is, so this is funny. I just found her on Etsy. I think her name is Ire. She's basically a Norse goddess of some kind. She reminds me of Merida from Braveheart, from Brave a little bit. Basically, a redheaded Norse Viking goddess that has a, I think the vibe I'm getting is that this one is a message of self-confidence. And so she'll come visit you next. I believe her name is Eir, E-I-R, something like that. Hilarious to me how the universe works, because I literally just saw her on Etsy like 20 minutes before the session. Had no idea who she was. And last but most certainly not least, as she completes that energy gift for you, we have a message from the higher version of Ryan. Your own higher self is going to come down through that rainbow quartz and give you some integration, give you some wisdom, give you some love. There we go. Oh yeah, that'll help you significantly. That's an important one right there. Get the rainbow water in the crown, wash out the sides, wash out the edges, wash off some of the sticky stuff. Lighten it up for the new one that we're going to put in. Give me a stronger yes if you need paper. Okay. Okay, Mary can come down. This one I just get motherly love. I think it's meant to sort of ground you and cradle you and not feel it while we replace your crown chakra. test the crown in my lab, please. Make sure it's all sealed, doesn't leak. How many connections do we have? Okay. Is that how many the third eye has, or do I need to multiplex it? It matches. Okay. Cool. So Ryan, I'm gonna put your new crown chakra in now. This one is a little different. It feels like a hat. It's gonna fill up the top of your head. In my paradigm, the crown actually has tendrils, because basically it is the superhighway on which all of the other ones communicate. So you're gonna feel an energy tendril go down the back of your entire spine, and also down the front of your body. Because it's sort of like the bus, if you will, that all the chakras communicate on. So, basically, I'm gonna drop that in now, and that should be hitting the top of your head right about now. And the tendrils will sort of climb their way down your spine. It's almost like watching ivy grow up a wall. So the energy tendrils are gonna climb their way down your spine, connecting to each chakra in the back, connecting from your crown to your third eye, crown to your throat, the crown to your high heart, then your heart, then your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root, and then the same down the front. So you'll feel it sort of slide down the front of your face, the front of your third eye, down to your chin, down to your throat, down to your front of your solar plexus, heart, high heart, all those, and then down, 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 down to the front of your root chakra. And of course, down through the legs and out the bottoms of the feet. Widen the chakras on the feet again to support all the energy we just put in at the top of his head. Thank you. Now, Ryan, my friend, before we move on to the extra special fun stuff, if I ask you to find a thread of energy that started at the very top of your crown and run it all the way down to the bottoms of your feet in coherence, could you find that thread?
Yeah, I got it.
Got it? Cool. Well done, my friend. Now, here is where we get to some of the really neat stuff. Please show me everything I need to do to activate chakra number 8 for him. Which, let me double check what that one's called. I sent him the picture of it earlier. I know one of them's called the Dolphin Matrix. What's the other one called? Earth Star, that's right. Okay. So show me what I need to do to activate his Earth Star chakra. Okay. All right. Ryan, I want you to imagine from the bottom of your root chakra, the same place you put the grounding cord, we're actually gonna pretend we have a diamond tipped drill bit. And even though this is a metaphor that looks painful and maybe we wouldn't like it in human terms, what I want you to do is imagine that you're connecting your diamond energy through into the earth, like you're drilling into it. And you know, we have negative connotations to that on the planet, but as an earth magician with your special energy, you have a special relationship to earth. And so I want you to imagine that you take that specialness that's kind of concentrated in this diamond, and it can be any crystal you want, anything that you see, anything that you imagine is perfect. And so your special essence from your higher self and from the self that we're activating literally in this moment is concentrated in that diamond, and it begins to rotate like a drill bit and spin. And as it spins, it obviously creates vibration and creates a very specific energy matrix, and it drills straight down all the way down to the center of Earth and Gaia, and reunites her with a particular form of Earth energy magic that you hold. So activate all those codes. Let that happen in the bottom of your tail. I can see your body moving, so clearly this activation is working. And because you are the expert here, I can kind of tell when you're done. Like I can sort of see we're making it. We're about halfway there, I would say. So the universe will alert me when this action is complete. But that being said, you will know probably before I do. Almost there. Slowly activating the conduit. It's really interesting because it's almost like, at least on my side, it's almost like the crystal is like adhering to the walls in a way. So like you're drilling a tunnel, but the tunnel, instead of being made of dirt, it's got like it's crystalline on the sides of the walls.
It's pretty cool. On my end, it's like when it drilled into, because I envisioned Mother Gaia as like a golden peak ball, and it like went in because I chose malachite, and
Okay.
it like mixed around, so it became like a golden mixed with green kind of swirl.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty darn cool. I'll take it. Digging it. Okay, I think we're about 80 or 90% done. Maybe just a couple more seconds here. 95, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're complete. Okay, so in theory, you should have a whole new energy conduit coming from Gaia into that port on your root chakra. Are you currently present with this new awareness?
I definitely got an energy boost as soon as we were done with that, so it felt a little different.
Cool. Now, all that remains, which is of course everything else, is to help you understand what this is for and how to use it and how to wield it and how to ground it onto the planet. So I will let everyone in the Pantheon, one at a time, please, so we don't overwhelm him completely, who has experience with this energy and magic, help him to understand what it's for and how to use it. Gaia, you can go first. Bring the Arcturians down to help him integrate the Earth Star into his energy body awareness, please. Who's my earth crystal magician? Somebody get down here and show him how to activate all those things that he knows because he already has had those experiences. But this is at a much deeper level of what it's all for and how to create certain matrices on the planet that have specific properties. I have a feeling you're going to be going on a lot of pilgrimages, my friend.
Same.
Because I get the sense that you are meant to reactivate certain crystal-based energy networks that were active at one point in human evolution, but have been unsurprisingly disrupted by the march of technological progress.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that because when the guy was talking to me about the chakra, the reason that I tap in is so I can create my own bubble where I shield myself from all of this outside.
Right.
Because I get very loaded with a lot of sensory and not just sound, but I guess
Energy and feeling and empathy and all that. Yeah, yeah. So this is an extra, yeah. So this is an extra level of grounding for you, an extra network that helps you to be still when the rest of the world is chaotic around you, which would make some level of sense for Earth Magician.
Yes. It's like a soundproof booth that I can make.
Right. Well, and that's why I'm getting the larger vision of the networks on the planet because as within so without, as above so below. You carry this ability to do this for yourself because there is a way that it is to be done for the planet as well, which will then sort of heal some of the dissonance for humanity itself. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Very cool. Okay. Who else wants to have some input into what this chakra does for him and how and why? Okay, they're clear with me that there are 3 ascended masters that have information for you that I do not know. Let's make sure before I send them to you. All of these people are in Ryan's highest good. Give me the strongest yes possible, please. Okay. All right, I'm convinced. Yeah, it's like the equivalent of, I hate to use a biblical reference. I know you're not Christian, but I just get these vibes of like the 3 wise men.
I literally was thinking that though.
Right? So yeah, they have 3 gifts to deliver baby Jesus over here. My job is weird, man. You guys can proceed one at a time. Let him integrate. Go as slowly as possible so he understands. Gift 1. And 2. and 3. Are those all fully integrated? Almost. What's left? Oh, okay. So put the capstone on it then. There's like a earth diamond reflector thing that goes on the top of that chakra now that it's fully activated. And then he can sort of refract the energy in different ways for different outcomes. Does he know how to do that yet? No, but it will unfold. Okay. That's just going to take time then.
Yeah, the third one, I didn't get to see what it was like generally about. It was like, this one you'll have to learn later.
Yeah, they are definitely giving you vibes that like some of the stuff that we're doing right now is not meant for you to know right now.
Yeah.
As in, it will become on the journey of becoming. So have fun with that. And you know, I will be here if you need support at all times, of course. But I know you will have fun with that because it's part of the journey, right?
Yeah. I feel like if it wasn't fun, then they wouldn't give it to me because if they don't know.
Exactly. And same here, man. Like rainbow magic just gets more and more and more fun the more of it I do. So that's how they keep us interested.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right. So the Earth Star is fully activated, but because you're the Earth Magician and you have more of this wisdom than I do, quite honestly, this is a practice in trusting yourself and trusting the intuitions and the reads that you get. So I would like you to tap into your energy body and check in with your Earth Star, your 8th chakra going downward, and ask the universe, ask Gaia, ask Odin, ask your higher self, ask whoever you feel like talking to, if the energy work that I have done here is complete, online, and functioning to the best of its ability in this current moment.
Yes. I'm getting a bunch of puns, so yes, that leads me to believe on that.
Okay. Okay, we'll go with yes then. Awesome. So now, just to make sure that energy thread is all there, just like I always do, go from top of your crown all the way down into where the 8th chakra resides in your energy body.
Yeah.
Awesome. Nice job. Well done. Now, number 9, the Dolphin Matrix. This one's going to be a fun one. Water. Okay. Get the Arcturian water involved. Gaia, send him the, so coming up through one of your root chakras, I don't know which, send him the earth codes for the vibration of water, please. As you know, Ryan, everything in the universe has a vibration, including everything in the ocean. Water has a very specific harmonic vibration. You should be receiving keys to it now. Who's my dolphin goddess? Who's up there that has all of the earth magic for the Dolphin Matrix? Okay, I have no idea who she is, but she's gonna show up. I'm just seeing a blonde lady in my head. I can't tell you anything about her. I don't know who I'm looking at. but apparently she is the universe's dolphin whisperer. I choose to believe that this particular interpretation of the chakras resonated with both of us because obviously it is well known on this planet that octopi, dolphins, and whales are highly intelligent animals with uh, entire languages of their own developed, and therefore your ability to understand and communicate through using that can mobilize a workforce, if you will, that obviously most humans do not have access to.
Getting Dr. Doolittle vibes right now, and I'm so here.
What did you say?
I said I'm getting like Dr. Doolittle vibes right now. And I'm so here.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, but I'm literally seeing like I'm honestly seeing you like communicating with dolphins to like keep up with certain events on the planet. In other words, like they can tell you where stuff is not happening correctly, and then you get to go and maybe go is not the right word. You could probably project yourself there by the time you get to the full level of this. But my point being, like, the dolphins are meant to be your eyes and ears for the energy network of the planet. At least that's how it's coming through to me in this moment.
Yes, yeah, because I'm also getting a sense of like communicating with them, like sonar and like that kind of stuff too. Like I'm getting that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if your energy body has access to, and that's one of the reasons you're so sensitive to all the energy when you go outside. I wouldn't be surprised if your energy body has access to higher frequencies than humans can hear, which is part of, sonar and communicating with dogs and dolphins and shit like that. I wouldn't be surprised if you could actually produce some of those vibrations. There was an entire Discovery special. This is a little bit 3D bound, but I thought it was amazing. This blind kid, because he was blind at 2, so he didn't really ever have his eyes, and so he taught himself to echolocate the way dolphins do
Wow.
as a human. Like he could spit sound out his mouth with clicking his tongue, and then his ears were so sharp that he could hear where it bounced off, and he navigated the world that way. And I thought that was fucking incredible.
It's
So it
amazing.
wouldn't surprise me at all to reconcile the fact that you probably have the ability to directly communicate at sonar level frequencies. Who are my most incarnated dolphins? This is an interesting question because there's been some humans that have been dolphins and dolphins that have been humans. And
Oh yeah.
show me my most incarnated dolphins and send them to Ryan, please. Ah, yes, there we go. That'll teach you some more of the language, a little bit more of the compendium. We've got some energies in the space that have spent significant amounts of time going back and forth, and therefore are, for lack of any better way to put it, decent translators. Oh, this is neat. You do actually have access to the whale matrix as well. I just can't give it to you today.
That makes sense.
Not surprisingly, you have a lot to learn as to how to use what I'm giving you already, and therefore they don't want to give it to you until we get further down the path. You guys have any more wisdom for me up there? Nope. All I'm getting at this point is let him integrate. So I'm going to assume your Dolphin Matrix star is activated. You'll probably find it, because humans like to directionalize things, you'll probably find it under your Earth star, your second root there. But of course, wherever it shows up in your subconscious is fine. Obviously, that one is more, so the Earth star is a different level of grounding, and that matrix of energy you put over yourself. The Dolphin Matrix does require water. So, you know, when you're trying to get down there, I would definitely recommend holding those images, waterfalls, lakes, rain, etc.
Or like take a bath and like tap into my dolphin.
Yeah, basically, be in water as much as you can when you tap into that, because that's the medium that they use to communicate. Thankfully, both the Earth and us are 70% water, so that's really not that hard.
That's very true.
Water is, thankfully for us humans, absolutely everywhere, and therefore it can be used for purification and healing and, you know, sending messages and etc. Oh, and that is one final thing they want me to make sure that you know, which I know you do know, but be present to the fact that water does have memory, just like the crystals do. So, you know, you can clear things, you can go back to bodies of water that you've been before, and, you know, sort of tune into rituals that you did there or energy that you put there in past lives. That's all, in addition to the crystal matrix, is going to be part of your journey of sort of pilgrimaging and going to these places on the planet to heal them, reactivate them, etc., etc.
I'm so excited. It's awesome.
Sounds cool, huh?
Yeah, it sounds really fucking cool. Like my brain was already like.
Yeah, and it will continue to make its own connections. It will continue to do that. Last piece is just what we did just before, because you are the Earth Magician, not me. I suspect we're 100% complete, but I would like you to check on the Dolphin Matrix and see if there's anything further I need to do or anything further that would be supported in this in this container while I'm here.
I'm not having anything come up, so I think we're good.
All right, that's usually silence is no news is good news. That's how I take it as well. Okay, cool. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to figure out how to use everything I just gave you, because obviously, you know, 999 out of 1,000 humans on the planet won't have it. So you're special, clearly, as we know, and therefore you have extra chakras that, you know, with great power, as they say. So you'll be drawn over the next days to probably different crystals that activate them, or different awarenesses on maybe the Gaia channel that you watch on Amazon, or, you know, they're gonna teach you how to use it all.
Yay! I just have to remind myself to slow down about it. I don't know why, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like I've put myself on this timeline where I have to rush because I feel like maybe because I get a glimpse of like my potential and then I want to sprint towards it.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I have a habit of trying to make rainbow magic do everything for everyone. And what
Mm.
happens with that is that I end up sort of burning out my body. Like I just end up pushing too hard and then, and then I always have to go to one of my upstream people and be like, all right, I did it again. Can you help me like, you know, untangle the energy? And she's every single time she's like, slow down, stop trying to be everything to everybody, like figure out what rainbow magic is really here for and only do that. And I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. I have that same thing where I'm like a little bit annoyed that like why would they give me such a powerful piece of magic if I wasn't meant to use it to do absolutely everything, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. And like when Gaia was talking to me, she was like, and what you were said with like everybody with everything, I'm like, she was like, you're not meant to be on this planet to save everyone because you can't save anybody. You save
Right,
themselves.
right.
And you can't do that for every single
You can't
person.
do them. You can't do that for them. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, totally. And all right. So again, I think it'll be about 2 weeks. The fourth session before we get into the real fun, because your package has 5 in it. And the fifth session is the most fun. We're gonna visit alternate reality versions of Ryan in session 5. That'll be rad.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but before that, session 4 is basically a holistic integration. So now that we've activated all 9 of the chakras that you currently have access to, there is a session in which we are going to basically tune up the harmony between them all, essentially. So now that they've all been installed and you sort of know how to use them all individually, we're going to be building an energy network in session 4 that will, for lack of any better way to put it, harmonize them all.
Sweet.
And then from there, once that's done, then I can take you into the astral travel stuff that we do when we go and visit the alternate dimensions and realities.
This is awesome. I think what happened also is in my own journey, I might have accidentally stepped into some of that stuff, and I think I just freaked myself out.
Oh yeah, yeah. That I mean, yeah. I don't take people on that journey until they're ready for it. 4, 5, 6 sessions in where they've already worked with me a lot and done, a lot of solid grounding and etc. Because, you know, talking to an alternate reality version of yourself is a bit of a trip for even the most advanced magicians.
Luckily, I didn't do that, but I was just like in different like I don't know. It seemed like different dimensions, and I was like, oh god,
Yeah,
my body
I mean,
can't handle this.
so what I will teach you when we get there is that you'll be able to do it just like me. You'll be able to astral travel anywhere you want, and I'll teach you how to do it safely.
Awesome.
So, all right, my friend, that's all I got. I'm gonna obviously stop the recording here. There we go.